And here's this kid. If you have not seen his speech, here he is.
Grade at Nichols Middle School. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you today. I never thought that the shirt I wore to school on March 21st would lead me to speak with you today.
Whoop, sorry about that. Just want to turn this up if I could find the volume. Guess not.
On that Tuesday morning, I was taken out of gym class to sit down with two adults for what turned out to be a very uncomfortable talk. I was told that people were complaining about the words on my shirt, that my shirt was making some students feel unsafe. Yes, words on my shirt made people feel unsafe. They told me that I wasn't in trouble, but it sure felt like I was. I was told that I would need to remove my shirt before I could return to class. When I nicely told them that I didn't want to do that, they called my father. Thankfully, my dad supported my decisions and came to pick me up. What did my shirt say? 5 simple words. There are only 2 genders. Nothing harmful, nothing threatening, just a statement I believe to be a fact. I have been told that my shirt was targeting a protected class. Who is this protected class? Are their feelings more important than my rights? I don't complain when I see pride flags and diversity posters hung throughout the school. Do you know why? Because others have a right to their beliefs just as I do. Not one person, staff, or student told me that they were bothered by what I was wearing. Actually, just the opposite. Several kids told me that they supported my actions and that they wanted one too. I was told that the shirt was a disruption to learning. No one got up and stormed out of class. No one burst into tears. I'm sure I would have noticed if they had. I experience disruptions to my learning every day. Kids acting out in class are a disruption, yet nothing is done. Why do the rules apply to one yet not another? I feel like these adults were telling me that it wasn't okay for me to have an opposing view. Their arguments were weak, in my opinion. I didn't go to school that day to hurt feelings or cause trouble. I have learned a lot from this experience. I learned that a lot of other students share my view. I learned that adults don't always do the right thing or make the right decisions. I know that I have a right to wear a shirt with those 5 words. Even at 12 years old, I have my own political opinions, and I have a right to express those opinions. Even at school, this right is called the First Amendment to the Constitution. My hope in being here tonight is to bring the school committee's attention to this issue. I hope that you will speak up for the rest of us so we can express ourselves without being pulled out of class. Next time, it may not only be me. There might be more students that decide to speak out. Thank you for your time and good night.
Wow, varsity. This kid is varsity level speaker. Way to go. He is just a few minutes away down the street in Middleboro. And the news on this is that actually, let's see if I bring up this next story for you here. The news on this is that he's actually been censored again. The kid from Middleboro, varsity level speech there, Liam Morrison, has been censored a second time. Not only did he get sent home with the shirt that said there's only 2 genders, he then went to school, I think this was just yesterday, with this shirt here. There are censored genders. In other words, he's mocking the school officials. Way to go, Liam Morrison. There are censored genders. He is totally mocking them. Way to go, Liam Morrison. Censored again. This is from the Massachusetts Family Institute. By the way, if you don't follow the Massachusetts Family Institute from time to time or visit their website, I strongly recommend it. Massachusetts Family Institute. Like by the way, the 1776 flag in the background. Nice touch, Morrison family. At the end of last week, the Massachusetts Family Institute received a call from a Middleboro mom saying that he was sent home after his shirt was featured as hate speech. What did the shirt say? There are only 2 genders. And then there's some background here. The Massachusetts Family Institute responded to this violation of free speech by sending the school a demand letter. And it's been all over Fox News and Libs of TikTok, blah, blah, blah. Today, Liam wore a short picture below demonstrating that his free speech was censored. And just so that we're clear on the date, this is today, actually. That's what he wore to school today. And he was sent home again. In a move that not should surprise anyone, the school made him take this shirt off, too. I think he was smart in that maybe he had a second shirt. Yeah, it looks as if he has a long sleeve black shirt underneath that. So he was probably expected to get in trouble again. So it looks like he was prepared to take this off should he get in trouble again. By the way, excellent speech by this kid. Here he is standing in front of the schools, literally in front of the school door. And that's harkens back to the landmark 1969 free speech case in this situation here called Tinker versus Des Moines, which we'll get to in a minute, that your school child's freedom of speech does not end at the schoolhouse door. MFI is now preparing to take legal action on behalf of Liam and his parents to vindicate Liam's right to speak the truth in a culture inundated by lies. I love that statement. When you speak the truth, this sounds like Tucker actually, but when you speak the truth, the truth will set you free, and you're empowered, and everyone that's telling lies is disempowered. Love that sentence here by Mass Family Institute. Please consider making it okay. We need your continued prayers and support to win this fight. Will you join us? Excellent job, Massachusetts Family Institute. So if you're not familiar with the landmark case on this, and we're not going to get too deep into it, but if you want to kind of like the simple version, where would you go to learn about civil rights? Oh, you'd go to the American Civil Liberties Union, who seems to be suddenly quiet on this particular I have not heard them speak up for this kid. Have you? If they've spoken up for this kid, I'd like to find out about that. But I have not heard them speak up about it. It's Massachusetts Family Institute has, but it is the landmark case from 1969, as we said, Tinker versus Des Moines, that you probably should have learned about in high school or college back in the day. That students do not, quote, shed their constitutional rights to freedom of speech or expression at the schoolhouse gate. Hence the picture of him standing right in front of the door. This is true for fundamental other rights as well. Do I have First Amendment rights to speak out, hand out flyers, petitions? Yes. As long as it doesn't violate school policies that don't hinge on the message expressed. So in other words, if the school wants to say they're going to ban all hats, well, that's a universal rule, and that's fine. The school can do that. But what the school can't do is say hats with the I'm just going to make up something, Major League Baseball hats, those are okay, but NASCAR hats, those are bad. You can't make a rule that does that. Nope, you can't do that at all. So schools have rules that have nothing to do with expression, right? Outside of school, you can enjoy the same rights to protest and speak out as just about anybody else. For instance, courts have upheld students' rights to wear things like anti-war armband, which, if I remember, that's what the Tinker versus Des Moines case was all about. An armband opposing the right to get an abortion. Notice how they say that. An armband opposing the right to get an abortion. First off, maybe not so much of a right anymore. And it's the ACLU, this is their website here, so they don't want to write the words pro-life. And a shirt supporting LGBTQ community. So according to the ACLU, you should be able to wear a shirt supporting the LGBTQ community, but it seems fairly uncertain of whether or not you can wear a shirt that says there are only two genders, or even a shirt that says, as this kid's shirt said, there are censored genders. By the way, I wonder how he got these shirts so quickly. Maybe he just made them up at home or something. I don't know. You can't mock the school. You can't mock the school, Liam. Come on. You can't speak truth to power. So if you want to learn more, you can go to the ACLU website to learn about this famous case, Tinker versus Des Moines, landmark Supreme Court ruling on behalf of student expression. That is Beth Tinker right there in the picture, and you can see her many years later. I think that's her mom there, and I believe she's wearing a armband to protest the Vietnam War in 1969. 1969. She was a 13-year-old high school student. Actually, in 1965, the case didn't get decided until 69. Excellent case. Good work, Liam Morrison from nearby Middleboro. You've made world news, and you were exceptional speaker in front of the school committee not that long ago. You've got a bright future. Way to go in Middleboro.